Surprising?
No, but people would rather start a legend. Some of the earlier settlers claimed a monster lived in the rocks below this point.
Do you believe it?
Of course not.
Has anyone ever had a look in those caves?
It's government land. Nobody's allowed.
Do you mind if I have a look?
There's nothing there.
Well, then it won't hurt to have a look.
I don't want you on those rocks. It's dangerous.
All right. Are you sure that you don't remember anything that happened last night?
If I did, I'd tell you. Look.
Where'd you find her, Will? Will, I understand how you feel. We all do. But if we're ever going to stop this wanton killing, you got to try to help us. You got to tell me whatever you can. Will, where was she going?
Her mother sent her to the store.
Thanks, Will. Come on, let's go check with Eddie. See if she ever got there.
His broth will be ready in a minute. Well, what's the matter?
Well, nothing.
I can tell. Now, what is it?
Is your father often gone from the lighthouse any length of time?
Why do you ask?
You said after your mother died that he changed.
Yes.
And that after you moved out here, you wanted to be left alone. He even sent you away to school and wouldn't let you come home during vacations.
What are you getting at?
How long was it after you moved here that he sent you away to school?
About 2 months.
Did anything unusual happen before he sent you away?
I don't think so.
But you said he seemed better for a while.
He was.
Then why did he send you away?
It was something I did. It wasn't anything, just kid stuff.
No, go on.
Well, when we lived up north, he let me play around the rocks and go to the beach alone. But shortly after we moved here, he refused me the privilege. Said it was too dangerous. The cliffs never seemed any bigger than the ones up north. So I sneaked away one day and got caught in one of the caves by the tide. When he found me, it was dark, and he was furious. I'd never seen him like that. He sent me to bed without supper, and the next morning I was packed off to boarding school. I didn't see him for almost 10 years.
And he didn't give you any reason at all?
I never questioned him.
You've heard of the legend of White Rocks?
Sure.
But you've never been in those caves. Think I'll have a look.
What for?
Your father's keeping something from me.
Isn't that a little unfair?
I don't think so. He as much as ordered me not to go in those caves.
Well, this is his light. He's responsible.
Look, that's not quite the point. 3 people in the last 24 hours have met with violent deaths. I don't think there's anything to the legend, but I've got to be sure.
Even if it means disobeying my father?
I'm not his son-in-law yet.
I thought you trusted him.
I do.
If you did, you wouldn't go to the caves.
I'm sorry.
I don't think you'd better come here again.
Eddie! 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 That's funny. I told him to stay here till I sent a relief. Let's look outside. I can't understand where Eddie's disappeared to. You look in the office and see if Coach Eck's body's still there.
All right.
I'll try the ice room.
Yes. Georgia, just look there.
No, not now. Him. Is he dead?
Oh, he's got a broken collarbone and his back may be injured. We better get him over to my office.
Sam. It's the same?
Take it easy. Why, it's identical.
Well, I guess we found our killer.
Or he's found us.
But can you handle things here? I better go get Fred.
All right, George, now be careful.
Yeah. Lucy! Lucy, I've got to see Fred.
What's happened?
There have been 2 more murders.
Oh, no. Who?
Eddie and Will's little girl.
How did it happen?
I haven't got time to tell you now. I've got to get Fred and go back into town.
He went down to the cliffs.
All right. Oh, look. Now remember, one thing. You keep the place locked. And don't come out until we call you. Now, there's a creature loose around here someplace. He's not headed this way, but don't take any chances.
All right.
Now remember.
All right.
You gave me quite a fright.
I'm sorry, Fred.
What's the matter?
We found our killer.
What is it?
It's inhuman. He's nearly 7 feet tall. He's got tremendous strength. You know, that scale you found, that was part of it. He's killed 2 more people and escaped.
Where'd he go?
South, along the beach. We've got to track him down.
I'll tell Lucy.
No. I've already warned her. They're in no danger. We'll go after him. So, come on.
Daddy, do you want some broth? It's ready.
All right, wait a minute, men. Wait. Now, look. Fred and I will cover the beach along the rocks. Merritt, you take 2 men and cover the cliffs from the top. Jake, you try the moor. Now, don't get divided. And don't try to take him by yourselves because you're no match for him. Now, fire 3 signal shots in case you come in contact with him. But don't get too close. Wait till the rest of us get there. You understand that?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Look at the size of those prints. Want me to signal?
No. Let's wait till we're sure that he's cornered. You know, some of these caves come out on top of the cliff. Come on. Come on. He must have gone out through the top. Come on. Over here!
Barrett's dead. We'll have to get Mike back right away and patch him up.
We'll all have to go back. We'll need reinforcements.
Well, come on, let's go then. He needs medical attention.
Yeah, now look, man. We'll start the hunt tomorrow morning at daybreak. Bring Merritt's body, boys, will you? Let me help you.
Dad, you're feeling better. You slept most of the day. This is good and warm. It'll give you strength.
No, I've got to get up to the light.
Eat this and we'll talk about it.
You don't understand.
Yes, I do. There. That's better. Dad,
Yes.
why didn't you want Fred to go to the caves?
It's dangerous.
Is that the only reason?
What's between you and Fred?
I'm in love with him.
I don't want you to see him again.
2 more people have been killed in the village. Do you know anything about the killings? The people in the village think you do.
They're fools.
Daddy, the last person killed was a child, a little girl.
Maybe I'm responsible. I don't know.
What do you mean?
Do you remember the long walks I used to take when we first came here?
You'd say they helped to keep you from brooding about Mother.
Yes. Well, there were many caves along the cliffs that I was sure had never been explored. I noticed one in particular at low tide. One day when the tide was at full ebb, I waded out through the opening and walked through it. I walked for what seemed miles until I saw a light ahead. Climbed up to it and found a narrow fissure opening at the mouth of the big cave below the lighthouse. It wasn't big enough for me to get through, so I had to go back. Just before I got to the entrance, I realized the tide had closed me in. Suddenly, I had the strangest feeling that I was being watched. And I heard sounds like heavy breathing. I dove through the opening and swam out. The next day, I went back to the mouth of the cave below the light and left some fish I'd caught. The following morning, they were gone.
Is that why you packed me off to boarding school?
Oh, I knew it wouldn't be long until you'd find that opening and squeeze through. I couldn't take a chance, Lucy. After you left, I was even more lonely. Strange, but I got to worrying about that poor creature in the cave. I fished every day and left my catch. Finally, I just couldn't catch enough, so I got meat scraps. Wasn't long before the fish was refused, and I had to get more meat. And last night, when you mentioned that you had the feeling someone was watching you, I had to go down and see. I must have slipped on the rocks, or I don't know.
I'm sorry, Dad.
Can you remember anything else that happened last night?
I just had the feeling somebody was watching me, that's all. Dad, do you mean to tell me you've been feeding this whatever it is all these years?
Until Kochek gave my scraps away the other day. I'd have paid him for them if that's what he wanted.
I'm sure he didn't do it spitefully.
So you see, if there is a monster, maybe in a way I am responsible.
Don't say that, Dad. You had no way of knowing.
But I should have guessed. I should have guessed and told the sheriff. But somehow I had a protective feeling, like it was my own. After you left, I was very lonesome, Lucy, and it seemed less lonesome knowing that there was some living creature nearby. I know it's stupid, but I never got along with the townspeople. It was something to hang on to.
I understand. Dr. Jorgensen says you'll have to stay in bed.
I've got to tend the light.
I'll turn it on when it's time.
But the prisms need cleaning, and it's got to be oiled.
One night won't hurt.
Lucy, you've got to help me.
It's going to be a clear night. You don't have to worry.
But suppose the legend is true.
You could kill yourself going up there tonight.
I could do less. I can't. It's my responsibility.
Oh, all right.
Lucy,
Let me get you something warm.
You've got to help me. If a ship went aground tonight and he was out there hunting, there wouldn't be a single survivor.
Let's rest a while. All right now?
Yeah, let's go on. I'll be all right now. You can go down.
Are you sure?
If I need you, I'll call you. Better bolt the door and windows. Now go.
All right.
What's that for?
Because I love you.
Look, Doc, can I give you a hand?
No, I'm almost finished now, George.
Oh, how bad is he?
Well, he'll be all right. Had a bad blow on the head. He's suffering from shock, mashed hand. But I can't find much other damage.
Look, I don't know what good all this snooping around does. Now that we got a monster on our hands, let's go out and get it.
You saw what happened this afternoon. We're no match for him yet.
All right. I'm sorry. I'm just jumpy. Well, what did you find?
He's definitely a member of the Diplovertebron family, but a peculiar derivation.
Where'd he come from?
Well, from the description you and the doctor gave me, and a careful analysis of these two scales, I'd say he was created at the bottom of the sea.
No, I don't understand it.
Well, it's obvious from the structure of this scale that he's capable of sustaining tremendous pressures, the likes of which you'd only find at great depths. Still, he seems equally capable of living out of water. This leads me to believe perhaps he's from a subterranean cave.
Oh, well, then you think he's some kind of a fish?
No, but he bears a marked resemblance to the reptilian family.
Like a crocodile, huh?
That's right. Of course, we have no idea where he came from or how he got here, and I'm just guessing. But I'd say he's a mutation of the reptilian family. Well, this is what we've got to decide before we go after him in the morning. Does he have a brain that's capable of rational thinking, or is he just a beast? If he can think, we're in real trouble.
Okay, Mike. Now, you take it easy for a while.
Thanks, Doc. What do you think, Doc?
I think we'd better try to establish a pattern from his actions.
You'll buy the reptilian theory, then?
Well, it accounts for the bloodlust, all right.
Oh, also explains his appearance.
Did you notice anything about his vision or hearing?
Not much. It all happened too fast. Offhand, I'd say he operates primarily on the sense of smell.
Why do you say that?
Well, we didn't discover him until George surprised him by going into the ice room. Now, either he's very clever, knew we were there and was hiding, or else he didn't sense the danger until we were right on top of him.
Well, he might have been asleep.
If his sense of hearing was any good, he would have awakened long before that. I don't think he just happened to go into Kochek's store. I think he smelled meat, went in, found Kochek, finished him off, and then went into the ice room in search of more food.
Yeah, and then poor Eddie walked right into the death trap.
That's right.
Well, you think he either sensed or knew that if he remained there, he'd be fed? Then we have a thinking monster.
I'm afraid so.
I'd like to take him alive.
Why, we wouldn't stand a chance. Besides, I couldn't allow that. I'm responsible for the welfare of the people of this town. Now, we've got a monster on our hands, and it's my job to see us destroyed.
George, it may be the safest way to get him.
Oh, you're siding with him?
Now, look. It won't be easy to kill this thing even if we want to. You saw what happened to the meat cleaver when it hit him. Now, maybe we can kill him with a gun. I don't know. But I do know that our greatest advantage is our brains.
All right, then let's use them and not take a chance.
Listen to me a minute. We'll get a net, and we'll put it at the base of the cliff with a side of beef in the middle of it. When he comes to get the meat, we drop the net and close in on him.
Believe me, George, it's the safest way. If you try to corner him, there's no telling how many men he will kill before you get him. Besides that, Fred is right. He may answer a lot of our questions on evolution, as well as putting our town on the map.
Well, I suppose you two will get your own way.
If I didn't believe it was right, I wouldn't even suggest it.
All right. Then let's get into town. Now, I want to see that the streets are all cleared by dark. Then we'll go to the garage and get on this net business.
We'll see you later, Doc.
Call me if you need me. I'll be here.
Here, Ring. Ring. Here, Ring. Ring. Come here, Ring. Come on, boy.
Hi. Hi. How's Mike?
Well, he'll be all right. Look, Jake, Fred wants a rope net.
What for? Well, I've got an idea of the safest way to catch the monster to trap him. Now, if we can get a net about 10 by 10, I think we can do it.
You got one?
I think so. We'll take a look.
All right, I'll be back shortly. I have to go over to the office.
Take the Jeep.
Oh, thanks.
Dad, I'll be right there, just changing.
I thought I'd come over and see how things are going. We could use another hand.
Well, fine.
What do I do?
Help tie this together.
What are you gonna do with this thing if you do catch it?
Ship it to the university.
What are they gonna do with it?
Well, finding a living link in the evolution of any species could clear up a lot of unanswered questions.
I guess so, but it ain't getting this net built.
Fred, I'm worried.
What's the matter?
Well, as I drove over from the office, I noticed the light wasn't on. Now, you better phone Lucy and see if everything is all right.
Go ahead.
There's no answer.
Did you use the right number?
761.
Try it again.
Something's wrong. I better get out there.
All right, you go ahead. Now, I'll round up some men, and I'll follow as quickly as I can.
I'll go with you.
Lucy!
Lucy! Lucy!
Dad. Ring.
Lucy! Go back! You can't do anything! Run, Lucy, run!
I'm over help. Hurry, the monster's in the lighthouse with Dad.
Stay there! He's in the tower! Barricade the front, we'll have him trapped. I'm all right, Lucy! He'll never get through the steel door!
Look, we'll use the net to block the entrance off. Good, you brought some extra rope. Right. Is there any clothesline?
In the bag.
All right, I'll get it.
Can you get a line up to me?
I'll throw one up and we'll rig it to the tow rope and make a bosun's chair. No, hold your fire. You might hit Sturgis.
Get back, darling!
Keep him in the light! Lucy, turn on the light!
Ah!